Well guys, another season has come and gone. We are wrapping up season 1 of Non-Typical Nation. This was our first televised TV series, and we were absolutely thrilled to share it with everybody. Whether you watched 1 episode or 12 episodes, from myself and the family at Non-Typical Nation, we thank you. We've had a ton of fun this year, and season 2 is going to be absolutely extraordinary. You are not going to want to miss it. Today we have a fun episode. This is episode 13. I'm going to be going over episode 1 to 12. Go through all the highlights, show all the kill shots. It's going to be action-packed and fast, so you will not want to miss this one.
Old Smokes Coffee proudly presents Non-Typical Nation.
I am pumped right up. Awesome, now the work begins. Look at that. So I lost sleep over this, and I never took my chance when I had it. We got it, so I am absolutely pumped.
Guys, I'm at an absolute loss for words.
And I'm feeling really good.
Pull down, boys.
Now don't try this at home.
Laid the smack down. Big bear, big white patch. We just heard the death moan.
I never thought I was gonna make it, let alone my bow.
Great shot, buddy. You just dropped him. Finally, my first bull elk. I'm so excited, guys.
It was a heck of a day, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I had a ton of fun.
I smoked him! Yes!
Oh, this is awesome, guys. What a year.
Non-Typical Nation is made possible by these great brands. Old Smokes Coffee, crafted coffee for the courageous. Geopack Hunt, inspired by nature, powered by technology. GeoCam, premium quality cellular trail cameras. APA Archery, we are not the same. Badlands Canada, it's all in your approach. Smith Game Calls, you call the shots. Black Widow Innovations, always deadly. Dave Booth Taxidermy, Northern Alberta's foremost wildlife studio. Antler Obsession, designed, tested, and proven for Canadian big game. Kodiak LED lighting, commercial, truck, and off-road LED lighting.
So we kicked the season off with my 2019 spring black bear hunt. Now the season started out super slow for myself, but luckily with the help of my good friend John the Trapper, I was on to bears on my first sit of the season. And sure enough, a shooter bear came in. But the bear stole the beaver out of the barrel and he fled. He left, he did not come back. But on the third sit, the bear I was waiting for came in and he gave me a shot. This bear came in. I seen it was a good bear. I never realized it was the same bear. I thought it might be. And I took a shot. I was a little bit far forward, but we got one of his lungs. He went about 100 yards and we got him. So I am absolutely pumped. So that bear was super special. You know, I got to harvest it with my brother, and it was a bear that got away from us a few days earlier. So to get it down, it just meant the world to me. And I'm super glad I could share that with you guys. So following that hunt, we had our good friend Tim with Old Smokes Coffee up. Now, Tim had never harvested a bear before. So we were going to try and get him on, you know, a world-class Alberta black bear.
Wasted no time, had a perfect shot. And you laid the smack down. Found it, man. That is awesome.
Less than 10 yards.
Less than 10 yards. That was a big bear, big white patch. We just heard the death moan. We're gonna give it some time. We called our guide John, and hopefully he can come give us a hand, because this is a big bear.
An extraordinary bear for your first bear. And you know, I was just absolutely thrilled to be there with Tim to harvest that bear. Now on to episode 4. Episode 4 was an elk hunting episode that we showcased online in 2019. Now Tommy had waited nearly 15 years for a chance at a Saskatchewan bull elk. He got drawn for the tag, his mom got drawn for the tag, and his sister did, all in the same year. So they had 3 bull elk tags to fill, and they did just that. Now, I'm pretty sure it was day 2. Tommy got onto some bulls. He let an absolute dandy pass. He let it walk. I called him crazy for doing it, but he did it for a reason. He knew there was a larger bull coming his way. Check it out.
Well, that elk I got down, I came out here last night. I started bugling last night, and this bull was just going nuts. He was raking the trees, he was bugling, he was chuckling. At the end of the night, I went silent. He just started chuckling. Well, he kind of wandered off. This morning, before legal shooting time, I started bugling again. And just right now, I finally, after an hour and a half, he finally crossed the fence, out of the posted land, onto the land that I've permission. Finally, my first bull elk. I'm so excited, guys.
Could you write a better script? I don't think so. I don't think it gets much better than that. So following that episode, we showcased my archery moose episode. Now, I had very little action on day 1. Day 2, I got in the stand a little late, but to my surprise, a bull moose and a cow moose came walking in just 80 yards away, right on the trail I was on, and it worked out absolutely perfect. Check it out. Would you look at that, guys? My first bull moose. I was sitting there waiting for whitetails. I seen the cow moose. I seen this bull following behind her, made a few calls. They came right underneath my stand. And yeah, I got him. The shot was a little bit forward and he went a little ways, but I gave him some time. And here he is. I am pumped right up. Awesome, now the work begins. Look at that. Awesome. Now, on to episode 6. This one was super special to me. This was my first hunt with my father and my brother. So we booked a hunt with Alberta Bush Adventures. We got onto the geese and the ducks instantly. We filled the truck right up and had a ton of fun. We got, what, 6 geese here? Coming home with 21 ducks. Big thanks to Alberta Bush Adventures. Thanks so much there, Joel. It was a heck of a day and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I had a ton of fun. Okay, and now we're on to probably our most controversial episode yet. Episode 7 was our trapline excursion with our good friend John the Trapper. Now John gets contracted out to take out problem wolves. And trust me, in this area, there's a lot of them. During our 3 days of filming with him, we found a dead colt the wolves killed. We found a dead dog, dead deer. We even got a call from a landowner who lost a horse the day before we were there.
So we were going to track these wolves down. Now, on our first trip out with John, we didn't get any wolves in the snares, but when I returned a year later, we checked some new traps, and sure enough, we got onto 2 wolves. Well, we just got to the end of the trail. We're back at the truck here, and we got the 2 wolves unloaded. Awesome. So you probably get asked this all the time, but what's your reasoning to trap wolves? Why do you do it?
But I enjoy trapping, and if we don't take down their populations, we won't have no moose, there won't be no elk, no deer. They started attacking livestock, horses, cattle, dogs. I've had people come up and show me videos of their dogs getting drug off reports from wolves. So if we don't take their numbers down, then we're not going to have too much left.
Awesome. Well, that'll wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much, and thank you, John. Really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And on to the 100-mile buck. Now this deer, this mule deer that we showcased in this episode, is my most prized trophy I've ever got. This was the first animal that I had to work my butt off for. This was a draw tag, and I was bound and determined I was going to harvest my first mule deer. I drew this license in 2017, and we had showcased this hunt before, but we wanted to recreate it and show it to you guys one last time.
Smoked him.
Seen a ton of does this morning, and got out, just sat on a ridge and waited, glassed, and sure enough, this guy came over a ridge about 300 yards away. Doe followed him, and then a spiker buck, and I just waited. They kept coming my way, and before I knew it, he was 150 yards. I had a little opening, and I let her go. So I'm pumped right up that I got this on film to share with everybody, and my first mule deer. I couldn't be more excited. Right on. Thanks for watching, guys.
That buck just means the world to me, and I am absolutely pumped that I could share it with you guys. So now we're on to hard water action. This was our ice fishing episode. We do a ton of fishing on Lesser Slave Lake, so we thought, why not bring you guys along on a day of ice fishing?
Well, that's a wrap for today, guys. We got into them pretty steady this morning, slowed down this afternoon, but still managed to go home with some keepers.
Yeah, we got some meat for the table tonight, that's for sure. Really excited about eating this burbot. So this big burbot like this will feed a family of 4. So.
Nice. Some great walleye as well. Thanks so much for taking us out,
Thanks,
Charlie.
boys. Had a blast. Awesome day. Be out and do it again. Summertime, wintertime, whenever.
You betcha. Stay tuned.
So that was a ton of fun to share with you guys, you know, something a little different from the usual hunting episodes. Now following that one, we have Manny Schneider. He is one of the Non-Typical Nation pro staff. He's a great videographer, a great hunter, and he actually just did the spring black bear hunt here in 2020, and he got an exceptional bear. So we wanted to share it with you guys. Just heard the cubs run up a tree. Now next up is Tommy Lazurko's 2019 deer season. He's got 2 tags, a mule deer and a whitetail, and he sets out to fill both of them, and knowing Tommy, it's gonna be a big buck. So that's why we called this one Giant Saskatchewan Bucks, because that's what these were. It was a giant mule deer scoring over 215 inches and an exceptional, fully mature, great big whitetail. Check it out.
Guys, I'm at an absolute loss for words. It's opening day. I was sitting on the fence line just over there, and I don't know how long I've been there, an hour, two maybe, and it just happened out of nowhere. This buck stood up and he was looking right at me. The PX2 did quick work. He made it 20, 25 yards. He was full velvet, but he went down hard on this side. I think he might have rubbed it. I'd be heartbroken, but I cannot believe he is still in velvet. Oh, the gorgeous deer with a crossbow, PX2 broadhead, black window innovations. This deer is gorgeous. What a year. I got it with literally minutes left of legal shooting light. Dropped him in his tracks, made the perfect shot. Wow, the brow tines. This deer is like 6+ inch brow tines. I am so excited. Oh, this is awesome, guys. I'm not 2 miles away from where I got my mule deer this year, and dropped this gorgeous buck.
Just two world-class deer. You know, coming from Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan produces just giant bucks and a good quantity of them too. So we're glad we could share that with you guys in this episode. Another camera hung up. I love this camera. It texts the photos directly to my phone. It has an extremely long battery life. It's built for the harshest conditions and has a 2-year warranty. Check out Reconico Outdoors today. Next up was two Non-Typical Nation pro staff, Troy and Heidi. They film for our show and they also write blogs on nontypical.org, so check that out. But in this episode, they're hunting some of their own private property where they've got a ton of turkeys on it. This was their 2020 turkey season. We kicked it off with a youth hunt. One of Troy's nephews he took out on a hunt, tried to get him his second turkey. Check it out.
Yes, yes.
Yes! Absolutely smoked them.
Yes, buddy.
Yes, sir!
Yes!
Oh my gosh.
What a show.
That is my second turkey ever.
Super special to be there with a kid and see him harvest a turkey, and to catch it all on film too. He was absolutely pumped up about that, and we were glad to share it with you guys. So right after that, we had Troy's hunt, and you know, he hunted hard all season. We didn't really show that, but we showed the day of the hunt and some of the action he had.
You guys, I can't believe that just happened. Oh, I got caught so flat-footed. Guys, I just called like 15 minutes ago. Birds didn't say a word, not a word. All of a sudden, I look over to my right and here's these birds coming in. They're like right on top of me. Oh, guys, I worked so hard for that bird. So hard. I had such a super close encounter with them just yesterday on the other side of this slough. Oh, guys, I'm lost for words. I can't believe that. Oh, I'm so excited I got it done.
You just never know where they're going to come from. But when they came in, he was ready and he put the hammer down. He got a great, great tom. And just a few hours later, Heidi was in the stand and it was her turn and she made it happen.
Yes. Yes. Those birds, they were
they were loud in the roost. Like they were gobbling nonstop this morning. And I saw one zip by me. I think it was a Jake, pretty early on. And then all went quiet because it seems to be what they're doing this year. They, as soon as they're out of the roost, they just super quiet. But whew, I gave them a few more calls with the Smith game calls, and what do you know? They all marched in, and that happened quick. Those hens came right to the AVNX decoys, just how you want them to, and we got her done.
Well, that's a wrap, guys. That's going to wrap up the 2020 Non-Typical Nation TV series. From myself and the team at Non-Typical Nation, we want to thank every single one of you for tuning in and following along on Facebook and at nontypical.org. Without our audience and our followers, you know, we wouldn't have this great brand. So thank you all so much. Now this year, we've captured some incredible moments, stuff we've never ever captured on film, and some of the best content yet. So stay tuned for season 2 of Non-Typical Nation coming at you very soon. Remember, follow along on Facebook, check out nontypical.org, and tune in to the Non-Typical Nation podcast to keep up to date with everything Non-Typical Nation. Thank you all so much for following along, and yeah, we'll see you next year.
Subscribe to the Non-Typical Nation podcast and keep up with the team on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Oh man, Old Smoke's Daddy is a great cup of coffee. And I really like the ambience of your shop here, with all these wonderful racks on the wall.
Yeah, we smoke roast these little buggers. We don't conventionally roast them like the other guy. We thought it'd bring the natural flavors.
Come on, you guys. You're always talking about racks. You gotta check out my rack. I just picked this thing up this morning. How do you like them?
Use code NONTYPICAL for 10% off your order today.